First week of January, and look at that. There's already so much snow that the bathroom is buried all the way down in there. That is pretty incredible. I think the snow is pretty deep here, so I think I'll probably go as far deep as I can to make a fire in there. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to reach the bottom. It's probably at least 7 feet deep. I chose this spot because on these trees there's a bunch of dead wood, and if I'm going to make a fire, there's no way I can travel very far with snow this deep, especially since my good snowshoes are still in Seattle. Next trip I make up there, I'll grab the rest of my winter stuff. Once I get to the bottom, the plan then is to kind of dig outwards to have an overhang so I can be protected from the weather tonight. Some of these chunks of ice, the snow that fell back in November. Well, here's the bottom. It's definitely fantastically deep. Wow. Would you look at that? That is something. So yeah, I've got about another 1.5 feet to dig the rest of this out, and then I can start going into the wall so I can have, a place to sleep. And this snow is like Cascade snow. It is, it's far strong enough to support itself. Well, this is the bottom. So before I get any of the internal work done for like where I'm going to be sleeping and stuff, I do want to come up with a way out. So I think right here along this edge, I might build a very tiny, skinny staircase that I can kind of crawl out of. Because at the moment, I am stuck in here, and that's probably a slightly precarious situation to find myself in. There we go. All right, even though it's still early and I'm not quite done with the cave here yet, I'm so hungry. Haven't eaten anything since like early this morning, and we've probably got an hour till sunset. The storm's not supposed to hit till a couple hours after, so I think what I'll do now is gather maybe half of the firewood that I need, bring in my backpack, and make some of the food that I brought. Get a little more energy to finish this off. Oh wow, it's a lot cloudier than it was last time I came out. Alright, the challenge of breaking off branches without 3 tons of snow falling on my head. I guess I'll stay close to the tree. A little bit of recoil, but that worked. If you ever have no tools and need a real bushcrafty way to cut your sticks into smaller pieces, just do that. Smack it against the tree. It's always what I do. Works pretty well. Sometimes you can even get like a triple or quadruple break combo. That's how I've got my fishing stuff with me. That's because this is just a leg of a much bigger journey, but I thought I'd share because of the storm tonight. And also, even though, you know, I travel a lot without always making a video, because it makes it about twice as hard to lug around camera supplies and focus on getting angles and drone shots and things like that. So a lot of the time, the harder, more taxing adventures can't quite make it on YouTube. But I'm getting better at it, so hopefully with more experience I'll get more and more used to being my own adventure cinematographer. It's not easy. I'll clear out a little bit under so the air can get there as it starts. Eventually it'll melt out this whole area anyways. Whenever you introduce humidity, that's when you realize how cold it is. Alright, so for dinner, anything more appetizing than eggs in a carton? I'm just gonna make some tacos with that. Just stuff that I have in my bag. It's easy to transport long distances. So I've got some tortillas, and I've got an avocado and some cheese. So just something nice and simple. Oh man, is that warm. That'll melt out this whole space and make it a lot easier to move around. We'll have to find how to avoid that smoke. I always have an issue with smoke. If you've watched the channel long enough, you'll know that I can't be anywhere near smoke. It just drives me insane. Alright, I've switched sides. Got the fire already burning pretty good. Tarp laid out, so now I'm much more comfortable, leaned against the back. I can start making dinner / lunch, finally. It's a lot easier to start out here than when it's like 20 below like it was in that other video. Jeez. Alright. Whew. Alright, got lucky there. That fire's really going. I'm telling you, nothing works better than Douglas fir wood to make fires in the snow. I guess it's just the way it's naturally designed, because that sap is very flammable. Assemble these tacos. Don't have a plate, so they will be assembled on the foil, one at a time. This is not my normal luxury van experience, but this is how it was before the van, so I don't mind. And last but not least, scoop some of that into there. My perfect little dinner breakfast taco. quiet when you're this far under snow. It's indescribable. Because even when you're out in the middle of nature, there's airplanes, even the highways that are miles away sometimes you can hear. But once you go down under this, it's essentially like being in a big foam box. And it's hot. And it's just so quiet that you can hear your own body. Like you can hear what's going on and your blood pumping and all kinds of bizarre things that we aren't used to. It's actually quite warm down here. I think what I'm gonna do, it's already pretty late. Sat around the fire for a while. What I think I'm gonna do is set up, to sleep. And once that's totally done, I'll see how much energy I have. If I want to build any more of a cover, the snow will come in, but I'm gonna wrap myself in the tarp anyways. So I don't think it's gonna be too much of a problem. I guess we'll find out in the middle of the night. But so for now, the priority is to get this organized, a little cleaned up, and set up for camp. Look at that bed of coals. It's impossible to do an adventure like this without just being soaked all the time. It is pretty miserable, but find joy in it, I guess. What blows my mind is that I did stuff like this long before I ever filmed it on YouTube. What was I thinking? It's crazy. Crazy talk. Oh, it's cold up here. I guess it's about to be cold down there too. Still a little difficult to get in. I mean, it is pretty deep. Alright, I put out the rest of those coals with a little bit more snow. That's why it's so steamy in here. But it's fine to breathe, because it's just steam. Like, I'm actually too warm in this sleeping bag because it's so warm in the snow cave. But probably 10 minutes from now, that won't be the case anymore. Well, I have it all set up so that I should be just fine with the amount of snow that's going to come down. Hasn't started snowing yet, so, who knows. But it definitely will at some point tonight. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm quite cozy, so good night, y'all. Oh, it's raining. Yeah, I guess the atmospheric river came in so strong that it must have raised the freezing level. That is what it said in the forecast, but it's hard to believe when you're almost at 8,000 feet. The top used to be like here. Now we've got another maybe 2 feet of snow. Look at the bag for the sleeping bag. Good thing that's waterproof. Rainy conditions like this on top of, probably 20 inches of snow are not ideal for this traverse that I want to keep doing because they bring up the avalanche risk by a lot. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna pack. I can actually hear down on the highway and at Bear Valley Ski Resort, I can hear the bombs going off. So they're doing a lot of mitigation right now. That's typically in very snowy places my alarm clock. Is big avalanche bombs. And yeah, with all this rain, this is gonna be a tough day for the Alpine Highway Management crews. And as I expected, it kind of built up a wall That kept me pretty sheltered. I honestly slept through the night just fine, but I didn't sleep that long. Little avalanches happening inside the cave already. Oh, gosh, it's a lot harder to get out of here than it was yesterday. Whew. Man, this is not ideal weather at all. Oh my gosh, that wind is insane. The dead cat on the mic is so wet. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but thank you so much for watching this adventure gone gnarly. Oh my god. Stepping through the snow. This is some of the worst weather I have ever seen. So my plan now is just to go find one of these Forest Service bathrooms and honestly make that my home for a little while. And that way I can shelter in place and I can reorganize my pack before heading towards the highway. Oh my gosh. These atmospheric rivers can be very powerful. Last year most of them hit the Northwest. This year they've mostly all hit California. And at this altitude, man does it get gnarly. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of miserable adventure. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. I post stuff like this ideally every week, but I'll try to post 60 videos this year, so I'll try to go more than one. Oh my god. So I'll try to go more than one a week. So yeah, please don't hesitate to subscribe, like this video, and leave your comments. I'll see you guys next time. Or maybe not. There's the bathroom now.